We'll have to see on Nuke. This is going to be a tough battle to recover from that, and a bit of a stalemate here. The battle lines are drawn.
Yeah, they're being very.
You know what movie I watched last night? I was falling asleep.
Go on.
Troy. You ever see that with Brad Pitt?
Yeah.
It's not a particularly good movie, but for some reason it holds a lot of charm for me.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I kind of like it. It has one of my favorite actors in it. The guy who's playing, what's his name? Agamemnon?
Odysseus, Agamemnon?
He's called Brian Cox, Scottish actor.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
the guy playing in
right.
X-Men 2 as well.
Yeah.
He's got an amazing voice, like one of the best voices I've ever heard anywhere.
Yeah, he's super cool. He strikes me as one of those guys who'd be like a stage actor and everything like that.
Yeah, well, that's
he did Inside the Actor's Studio. That's him, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's wild when you start to look at just the general sort of UK or British actors in general that come out and do stuff. Like, you've never watched The Wire, so it's not going to mean anything. But one of the guys playing in The Wire he's playing, you know, just a straight-on American cop, and you know, and you never know. I didn't even know that he was a British actor until the very end. It's the same with watching House.
I was going to say that's where I can draw that from, because it's the same thing.
Hugh Laurie, yeah.
Hugh Laurie watching House. I remember reading some stories about that when he sent in his audition tape.
Have you seen the audition tape?
No, but I remember reading the article of like the producers being like, turning to each other and being like, "See, that's what an American sounds like," and they're like, "Yeah, this actor's British." And he's
like, his audition tape's actually out there, where he's reading parts of it. I know, because I have a real problem with House in terms of this is going to sound dumb, but I may have rewatched that entire show at least 10 times.
Okay, it's not that dumb to me, because I think I've watched seasons like 1 through 3 10 times, but I think 4 was okay, but it goes off. House is one of those shows that unfortunately I feel like goes off the rails. It gets real dark towards the later seasons.
Yeah,
but it gets away from made it charming.
I'd say the first 4 episodes, or the first 4 seasons, you're in a good mood watching it. It's fun. House is insulting people and making fun of them. It's all good, and then 5 through 8. Even now you develop some sort of like mild depression watching it. It's really rough.
It's when you go deep into the craziness.
Yeah.
I just like watching it because I'm like, oh, now I know how Duncan formed his personality.
Just some insight there. Yeah. Well, we're gonna go into to the second map. It's gonna be on Nuke. I'm gonna predict that Vitality will do better than they did on Mirage. That's my prediction.
That's a really bold prediction. How much are you willing to risk on that prediction?
I'll bet you $100 that we'll do that.
All right.
That's all I'm putting on it.
Well, lining up inside. And Apex quietly walking in towards Mini. Here comes the explosion. That's a huge first kill. Those are the entries they didn't have. Zabu's going to add on, but immediate returns, and Gratisfaction again continuing. That actually is as stellar that Renegades is able to whittle them down like this. They're going to go right for it as the bomb goes down. 2 players shooting downwards, and Gratisfaction's got them both. The quick retake during the bomb plant, and Vitality get demolished.
Man, I hope this is going to make sense. If you want a feeling for what the difference is between playing, you know, sort of timid and scared Counter-Strike and playing assertive and confident Counter-Strike, then this is the sort of thing, right? Because you know, you could write it down on a piece of paper and say, what's the optimal time to try and go for a retake in a 2-on-2, you know, when the bomb is being planted like that? And it obviously has to be when the bomb is actually being planted, right? Rather than right after or right before when they could be watching. But actually making the choice, like in that split second, if you wait, the moment is gone pretty much, right? So you have to just sort of like, you have to know that now is the time, and you have to have the confidence to not second guess that and just follow through. I think throughout like any team that we've ever seen, you know, become very good at this game, that's been like one of the factors, like one of the pillars of their game has to have something to do with that, you know, somewhere.
Yeah. And that's born from confidence in your teammates, trust in your teammates. And I hope I don't jinx this, I really do, but this, between the first map and just this pissed around obviously so far, best I've seen Gratisfaction play in some time.
That's a good point, yeah. Yeah, like actually if you had to put together like you know, all the different ingredients you would need to get that confidence, like it's so many things, right?
I think if you look at this Renegades team, I think the player who can have the biggest step up to help them get to that next level is Gratisfaction in my mind, because it's very obvious that he's talented, that he's got skills, but I think he's one of those players that I notice do a little bit of overextending in positions where he doesn't need to at times.
Yeah. I agree.
And if that gets fixed, why are they're just I guess maybe they don't even realize there's a gap in there, but Gratisfaction had plenty of chances to get that good control for Jacob.
Yeah, nice win. They were actually trying to boost over the smoke themselves. They have a scout out there somewhere, and he knocked down Apex, who I think was boosting, I guess, Sharks or somebody else. But that's a problem. I'll get one return kill. Gratisfaction up here with the scout, and there's no way down the ladder. As I was holding it with the MP9, and that will be the round. Yeah, I mean, out of those gaps out there, I feel like it's one thing trying to sneak past and hoping that no one is spotting them, but don't go back. You know?
Yeah, you're giving him more chances than he really needs.
Still, good start, and now Vitality going to be back to pistols. They have a flashbang. What can they do with it? Throw it, I'm guessing.
Yeah, they'll throw it somewhere, but I don't see how it's going to be possibly useful enough to get them much of anything. Alex has that far back. I believe he wants to throw it into. Okay, there it is. It's well over, and yeah, it does. It does actually zero. And Jacob's going to be able to clean up with a triple kill. He's going to add a quad onto it on top of the. Excuse me, that's his triple kill. Gratisfaction did take one of those. Ooh, how have they found this?
I don't know. Just
fair play. Did Alex just run through the? I don't know. Ran ramp room, I guess.
Yeah, but well played. I mean, that's so worth it. $200 investment into the flashbang, and then you get $800 on everybody on the team.
And an extra 300 on Alex.
Yeah, so in every way, a good call. And I mean, they could have bought even without it, but now they have all of the luxury, like, or everything they could possibly want here. 3 rounds though for Renegades, and we'll see what Vitality can do in this upcoming round. I'm trying to clear my mind of just the history of how this best series has been so far, because I feel like I don't want to
make judgments based off the demolishment that we just saw on
yeah,
Rush.
it's you should always be careful doing that, right?
Yeah, I think we do get caught in that once in a while. I think everyone gets caught in that once in a while.
Yeah, it's mentally hard to forget that you know, out of the last, you know, like, it's 18 rounds, or is it like, yes?
Well, and also teams and players just over the years have gotten so much better at, like, mentally resetting, of just accepting that and moving on. I mean, we've seen it happening years and years ago, but just they get better and better.
So far in this best of 3, they've won 19 rounds to Renegades, and
Vitality's won 2.
But yeah, I do think it's dangerous thinking that way. Decent enough grenade to even out the fight a little bit between AKs and M4s. That always matters. Like, actually, ridiculously, even the 7 and 9 damage that have been done to Cyber and Apex, even that makes a difference in terms of that fight. Jacob, though, has a Krieg, so he doesn't really need any help. And Cyber, if he jumps up here, that could be dangerous. If he's still looking on the other side, okay, they're just going to go for the boost down there. But still, got to be careful. Head showing, but not anymore.
That's unreasonable. The Krieg has that ability. Oh, it's so painful. Alex is down. Half of his scalp showing and the whole thing taken off. And Jacob now with an off angle, but he doesn't realize that Zaiwu got all the way across just yet. And JKS going to be pressured. Off angle for him as well. No nades being used. He spots the leg, controls the spray, transfers it over. Apex on about half HP. And Jacob's gone investigating. He's going to find Shocks, but Lea's already taken him down. Now Zaiwu gets involved in the action. Jacob, unfortunately, never saw that coming the whole time. Still going to be tough for Vitality.
AK picked up, and you could see that Cyber had the idea that he would need to go fast and just hit some shots right off the bat, and they fell off the hut even. I mean, I think that was an MP9 up there, so that would have been a great fight with the AK to take. It was the right idea, but it just wasn't quite enough, and they're going to be losing that round. The rifle round, not really doing much of anything. They had all the money, so that's slightly concerning.
At what point, if you're Vitality, now as much as we talk about teams getting very good at resetting, it is very easy to have those like flashbacks to the last map. If you go into this one and you don't ever get started and on like a positive note, there is going to be a point where someone on Vitality, whether they admit it or not, in their head is just like, oh, here we go again.
Yeah, I guess that's human nature, isn't it? I would have no idea. I guess you probably, because you've been through it many times, that's obviously the thing that potentially will hopefully remind you that there's been other games that you've played that have played out in this pattern, and then you find a way to break it apart. But yeah, the more it overlaps the first game, the more you're gonna feel like it's not meant to be.
There's a nice flashbang to force JKS off the angle so he can't fight for ramp room, but look at the rotation already. Aza's here at the store. There's one player in control window as well. 2 quick kills for Renegades, and surely going to see that shadow drop down. Aza recovers very well, and nobody falls, no bomb plants.
Aza opens the door, and obviously it makes that squeak sound, and there was a player on the Vitality side on top of the railing or the rafter down there, whatever it is. And yet, the guy with the AK coming in from the actual ramp didn't even look towards the door. So I'm guessing there was no communication. I mean, there was like
Even
a 2-second delay.
There's a lag, right? There is like...
Yeah. I'm just saying that, like, you know, those are the little things, you know. If the communication is super sharp and super on point and the whole team is, like, you know, really working well, you want to be spotting for that. Oh, my God, what a shot. That just went right through the box to tag Saibu and Shox.
Saibu's got to be so confused. Here we go, Gratisfaction in the window now.
You know what JCOM is? You can shoot through that wall with an AWP to shoot people behind the red box.
Okay. I didn't know that. Now you do. All the way down to secret we go. Aza's going to be in the vents. The Molotov, the smoke, it can delay everything. So yeah, he's going to shut them down. And that's unfortunate timing because they just thrown down the Molotov to start taking control. And now at least 1 or 2 of them have to back away and consider the flank. Or no, they're just going to smoke off the other choke point and go through. Shox is going to have to watch for this. But Gratisfaction's got the first.
And Aza will win the fight against Apex and probably going to be falling back as much as he can at this point. JKS, I mean, if you're Alex, you've got to check one way or the other. RPK was there with a late look, but I don't know how Gratisfaction knew, but he did. Shox missing a chance. It's now a 1 versus 5, and they've got him locked in. There is really no way out of this. Even to try and save the AWP, should never be allowed to get away with this, and at least a good shot there. 30 seconds to try and do something. Just playing with the door ever so slightly, but I mean, this
doesn't feel like the Vitality that we know and love.
No, it doesn't.
There hasn't been anything characteristic about the Vitality that I can think about that I'm seeing here. Where's the rounds where you just unleash Zaiwu a little bit? Have him go find you something. One of the best players in the world, and he seems very restricted in where he's going and with the fights he's taking. Even filtering in, trying to attack this lower bomb site. It's 1 by 1 by 1. There wasn't any kind of set utility to get into the site. It was just people opening the door, coming out of the window, and seeing if they can get some kind of a cheeky kill. But Renegades has read them the whole way. I mean, maybe that's part of it. Maybe Vitality's thinking that they've gotten into places that Renegades won't have this many bodies defending, but Renegades just has every idea of what's happening on the map.
Yeah, I really don't know, but it's obviously very concerning. Trying to rush out the squeak door and around where the CT side has all the grenades, and this is the result. So
time for a timeout.
Time for a timeout. And
maybe 2.
Maybe 2. Just an extra hard think about what's going on.
Did I just see the most kills anyone has on the Vitality side is 2 frags?
Surely not. I think that's Alex praying. I think
God's
why
not gonna
not
save you now.
This probably has, you know, other things to think about.
Angry hand talking.
Yeah, it's getting serious now. Clapping and...
I don't think I've ever heard French sound angry. Does it sound angry? Have you?
Angry French?
I only ever hear it when Sumler talks to like a French player. Yeah, 2-2-2-0-1. There is 7 kills overall across 7 rounds.
Oh dear, that's not good news.
No, there's no fragging, and look at the money.
I can't imagine a lot of French angry
2 players
talk.
are at 16,000.
Yeah,
right at it. For Gratisfaction and Aza, 15,700, 15,400. This is, oh dear.
They are rich.
Rich. That is like a whole new level of rich.
Yeah, buy a yacht. You know, just get everything.
You can buy 4 yachts. Liaz and Jacob at 11,000.
4 yachts and time together like a raft.
Poor JKS is only going to get a speedboat. I'm like, what's up, guys? Can I hang out?
Oh, man. Well, no. I mean, obviously, the language for angry talking has surely got to be German. German angry talk is real serious.
Yeah, do you listen to... Actually, hold the thought. Here we go. Flashbang in. Liaz at least blind. He's still going to get the kill because why not? Everything's going correct for Renegades. Still alive. Gratisfaction's going to add on top of it. Some even trades. until Jacob chimes in. And I don't know if they have the body to actually get this plant down. JK's
Wow.
going to continue fighting. That is great. Spraying and shoulder peeking and freezing RPK in the open.
This could have been a very, very cool plan for Vitality if they could have made it work. Shox is going to get caught. But imagine a world in which the bomb goes down back there and Shox is the one sort of, he can lurk and flank around and find people rotating in. There was an option there, but not anymore.
Do you, what I was saying, have you listened, were you someone who listened to Tool at all, the band?
No,
Okay, well, that all just got uploaded to Spotify, so we're gonna get you on the Tool train.
I saw that Scoots was tweeting about it.
Yeah, everyone's been waiting for years for the Tool catalog. But they have a song where it's like a German chant, and it sounds like one of those very angry, like political propaganda chants.
All right.
And the entire thing is a recipe of how to make pot brownies.
All right. Well,
but it sounds very angry and intimidating.
I will try and get caught up then. I'll do my best before Scott starts yelling at me, because that scares me. 8-0 in favor of Renegades, and everyone's getting nervous now. As of the kill quickly traded. Nice trade for Apex as well. Gratisfaction still connecting with a bunch of shots up here, and the problem is they don't have any grenades down there, so 2-on-3, and maybe that's doable, but there's so many grenades on the CT side and really none on the Vitality side. Apex knows it and knows he has to go aggressive to try and find a kill. It's a smart play. This is really intelligent from his point of view. A little bit of a tap, and coming out of the vent is JKS. Oh, he continues the spray, and that's Gratisfaction on the high ground. I think Apex played that just right. When you don't have grenades to sort of like, let's say, Molotov the high ground, smoke off hut, like anything like that, you almost have to go fight. And they tried it, and it didn't work.
No, they did everything they could in this round. It's just brutal. Even this one, you could see Apex is trying to turn over to help his teammates with someone coming up vents, and that opens him up freely to Gratisfaction coming up the ladder. 0 rounds for Vitality.
Is it $100 we put on that?
Can I take it back?
Please. Oh, man.
They have 12 kills overall. You're not going to win a whole lot of rounds like that this deep into the game. Round 10 coming at you, coming in hot.
Hiding behind the red container. Oh, Smoke's getting eaten by the last of the Molotov out there. That's a giant gap. I think there's another gap even then, isn't there? Gonna run it through the smoke instead. Yeah, so there's actually 2 smokes were missing in that wall. A little bit of a fight there being won by Saiwu, and that's a good opening. Now they can probably try and crunch the A-bomb site from Mini. The Shox is going to go down to Gratisfaction, who seems to be hitting every single shot right now.
He's playing so well. And yeah, here comes Ramp Room. JKS counter flash, off angle as well. Turn the corner. Ooh, good response. Good spin over from RPK. But again, there's Gratisfaction, adding 2 more onto it. A double kill in Ramp Room, and he's up to 3 in the round, and he's controlling everything for Renegades. He's playing this game so smart.
See his nice headshot from Saiwu. Did the shoulder peek to find out where they were, and then the follow-up kill. Yeah, Gratisfaction now walking up behind him. He's everywhere with this AWP at the moment. Inside of the hut, I think Saiwu just holding that position. Molotov in the corner, not going to tag anyone, and will obviously reveal that someone's coming from that position. Az has got another Molotov and some flashbangs to set it up, and now they're going to go take a quick peek into the bomb site here. Bomb ticking away, and they've cleared out some of the most common corners with just a grenade, so that's good in the beginning here. But now, Deagle is out, and they do almost line up. Azza will get the 1, and Alex with the follow-up, and a double in the round for him. 3 kills for Gratisfaction. That was his first death. He's 15-1.
That's disgusting.
But Vitality won around that.
Yeah. That has to be the takeaway. And now if you're Vitality, you need to build upon it. Tough part is you don't have a whole lot that you can go back to and think, you know, this round was very close. This wasn't like the strategy worked out in any way. They lost a lot of players. Nice job down the stretch from Saiwu. 9-1 trying to come back into this. And this is where we start getting into the money scenario. I mean, quickly that 15K that was on 2 of the players is disappearing, but Jacob going to get aggressive outside. And everyone else in towards lobby. 4 players for Vitality.
Yeah, and if they want to go through this lobby area, they need Shox out here to have some success, right? If Jacob wins this fight against Shox, then they will know that everyone else is in lobby, more or less.
But it feels like his intention is to be, well, he's done one of two things. He's either going to be a lurk if they attack somewhere else, or he's at least, like, you know, cleared this kind of staging area in a way, where he's cleared up close outside if they want to set up a wall of smokes and go outside. The problem is if they just throw this wall of smokes, it's not going to be a fake, because Jacob is going to have all the information.
Yeah, he'll know. Gratisfaction with a new position, trying to smoke him off as well, but he's not really accepting that at all. Saying, no thanks. I'm going to take a look as well. And obviously he's here to help out Jacob anyway. He spots just the edge. He's so good in this game right here. What a fantastic best of 3 out of Gratisfaction so far. And Apex will go down with the bomb, leaving Alex at a 1 versus 3. Running onto the bomb site, might as well try. They're not going to get anywhere near close enough. 10-1.
They're feeling so confident, and it feels like Vitality is setting up this utility and just expecting that everyone is going to respect those smokes. Like, yeah, we have a smoke here. Why would anyone step through it? And it's the complete opposite. Renegades is not respecting their smokes, and I mean, why wouldn't you? You haven't really been punished for a lot of the things you've done in these 2 maps. You haven't taken a whole lot of deaths. There's not a whole lot of kills coming out for Vitality, so go get around the edge of that smoke and see what's on the other side. And especially when you have Jacob in front of it, he knows there's nothing. Liaz is going to have a really tough job in this round. He's already been Molotov'd out, had to put his smoke down. An awkward fight for Jacob, but he still lives.
Did they get the bomb down there? I guess they didn't. It looked like the vent dive was fairly successful. I think Jacob missed through a Molotov in the beginning that was meant to go towards Squeak rather than just in Mini. So there was a fair amount of confusion in this round early on, but Vitality don't really have, you know, much to work with.
Yeah, they got the bomb downstairs. It's been taken down. It's eliminated. It's not planted. It's just chilling there. So how do you now, as a terrorist, you have to retake this? But oh, it's going to be so tough. There's Liaz with 1. Gratisfaction with the AWP and ramp room. Apex's position is pretty well known, and now he's eliminated. And ZywOo, the last one left, he gets the 1 dig. That's not bad, but he's got 3 more to go.
3 more to go with 50 seconds and no armor. None of it seems doable. Gratisfaction, opportunity there to add more to his kill list, but not going to be able to. Still, ZywOo in trouble as that Org, I think, is right on top of him. He sees it and gets the kill, and this definitely should not be happening now. ZywOo's behind the pillar, and actually he's going to go try and see if he can relocate. That's very, very smart. If he does this 1 versus 4...
He's coming back, I think, isn't he? No, he went out.
Yeah, he's going to go for it. Bomb plant and Liaz, surely even with the massive round lead here, that's going to make you a little bit nervous. Blowing out the window, and now he just has to go for it. ZywOo down here waiting for him, and he'll win the 1 versus 4, and that is so outrageous. What a play from ZywOo. Absolutely a mistake from Renegades, but what can you do?
Today, I don't know how they messed that up so badly. I'm not going to lie to you. They've played such a great game until then, but this was so mismanaged. Like,
I honestly think it's because they played such a great game that they're like, you know what? Like, what?
Everyone's a bit overextended and everyone's very isolated. Gratisfaction, like, you can... he was never forced to actually get onto the bomb site, like, and go for the bomb. He got that pick on Gratisfaction before he even had to exit, which really left that player on the rafters alone. And then Liaz was far away because he realized the escape could have happened. So just a lot of weird situations that Renegades got themselves into by overextending. Still a massive lead and an impressive, despite all those mistakes. Remember, ZywOo had no armor. He had to nail all those shots.
Yeah, there was no room for error at all. But yeah, I mean, I do just think that's the hype of being in such a good position, because if it was the other way around, right, and that was the first time Renegades could have maybe won like a round or 2.
Yeah, if it was like 7-5 or something like that.
They would have been very, very careful to make sure he at least try to plant the bomb before they fight him that much. Well, what they learned in the last round is that they maybe can go for this event dive, so they do it again, letting Apex charge all the way down to the lower bomb site, and he's seeing nobody. But how do they get the bomb there?
You bring it towards ramp is the most frequent. Alza's going to start spraying into the smoke. No indication of where anyone else is. I'm not even sure that Renegades knows someone is downstairs. Maybe. JKS is considering it over in ramp room. Yeah,
he's definitely looking. I mean, it's good that you know so that you don't get... Oh, they're just going to send everyone else down. ZywOo's the one with the bomb. I'm not sure if he made it down or not. Yeah, it looks like he did. So that's huge. RPK did go down.
And now you have Shock set up as a lurk to stop players getting towards Vent if he chooses to. This is actually a very powerful position for Vitality. They were like, oh, he got down so free and no one realizes it. Let's just send everyone else down there as well.
That's a crazy play, because if you run through Squeak and there is someone there and they spray you down and stop the bomb, suddenly you're in a terrible position. This retake is going to be very tricky for Renegades and a real chance here. Jacob and Leah's trying their very best. It's a 2-on-2, but they are so low on health. And just Alex popping in a bit of a flashbang, jumping with the AK. That's a new one, and they'll get the round. Alex with a nice double, and that will be a 3rd round now for Vitality.
That's a really good call from Vitality, just realizing that they had the entire Vent dive available to them.
And they finally done better than on Mirage.
They've done better than on Mirage. Buy you a $100 steak.
I'm in on that. $100 steak. Can we get that? I don't know. We'll do it in America.
Now? In America. All right, yeah, we do pretty good steaks. Actually, Copenhagen has some nice steak places I've been to.
Yeah, there's a couple of them.
All right, well, for the first time in 2 maps, Renegades has to save. Ish.
Yeah, strange feeling, surely, at this point. Jacob just looking for a headshot here if they're going to be walking up, and it looks like they will. He'll easily take that one down. Saiwu hitting the ground. And that's not exactly great. Shocks will take a little bit of damage. Apex also dropped low, but it's a 4-on-4. Vitality can't let go now, surely. Got to keep up this pressure.
Ooh, this is a really nice improvised upper attack. Shocks is going to find one more kill, and Renegades just got pulled apart. Good shot from Gratisfaction. He needs more. How much does he want to swing out? Apex looking towards heaven, looking like he's exposed. That's a tiny pixel of a head to try and find in an immediate moment, and now it seems like Vitality are a little unleashed. Individually a bit more switched on, and Jacob's going to get the AWP, and ooh, that's an awkward drop down. That's some SWAT team action, and Alex trying to find this last kill. Even Apex is going to join up outside, and there's the no-scope from Jacob. But he's still got to worry about Apex and never knew he was there. 4th round on the board for Vitality. That's 3 in a row that they've strung together.
Yeah, things starting to work out a little bit more. You just can't help but have this feeling that it's too late, that they haven't done enough. Maybe it's just not going to be in time. But from their point of view, of course, you know, however late it is, you just have to believe that you can bring it all the way back. 4-10 and leading into round number 15. We've got some CCs, an MP9 and a UMP on the Renegade side. And they're going to try and see if they can take another round away, make it 11-4. Lobby pushes out, and a chance, I think, for some kills there, but not quite connecting. And RPK will take down both. I think they could have probably had one of those.
This is such a phenomenal recovery for Vitality. They've got to be so happy, so proud of themselves to be down so much on this map after getting destroyed, and then bring it back to potentially 10-5. Well, I'd say that, but there was a real chance.
They have Molotov, so you can't really stay in this corner. Nice triple for Gratisfaction, but Apex will bring him down 10-5 in the first half here. And I mean, that is, you can come back from the scoreline. They can end up winning this map. They can bring us onto a 3rd. It's suddenly doable for Vitality, even if it's not exactly going to be easy.
We'll see if they can do it when we come back from the break. Stay tuned.
Welcome back. We're on Nuke for the second map here in the best of 3 between Vitality and Renegades. And so far, Vitality have been leading the series all the way through. But now, at least, it's a 10-5 scoreline going out of the first half. And that means Vitality have a chance. They're going to be playing on the CT side of Nuke now. If they can win the pistol round, they can start to build something. Maybe they can even get that third map. But I mean, that would actually be very interesting if they got there, because then you know, if you're Renegades, you would start to maybe think, well, we had every chance, right, to end it before they even were in it.
I think it's going to depend on how this second half goes. Like, yeah, certainly I think that they get that feeling of, you know, having a 16-2 win in the first map and then, what, like a 10-1 lead in the second map, and then just feel pretty shell-shocked that it's even going to a third. That's still a long ways away. We have to see if Vitality can muster up the defense for it. Obviously, Pisteron going to be pretty big in the implication department. And the Renegades guys don't seem nervous at all that they dropped like 3 or 4 of those last, you know, few rounds or so. They seem very much still switched on. 3 players with armor, 2 smokes, Molotov, and flashbang for utility for Renegades. 4 players with armor on Vitality, and Shox has kit smoke. And a lot of people heading outside.
Yeah. Tight defense over on the other side, expecting maybe some sort of a ramp push. Some steps out here, and Apex is going to be hearing it, just probably calling it in. Don't know if they want a second player in yard just to take the fight. Yeah, Shox is up here as well, so he can tap away at distance, just tickling them. JKS, though, that's the P250, and he's going to win that fight. JKS will get the kill on Alex as well, and this is a bit of a disaster here. 2 versus 4. Saiwu is the only one alive. And it did win a fantastic 1 versus 4 earlier with armor and without any armor or anything. But this is a lot to ask right now.
It's the nightmare of being a ramp player. Everyone's calling out that they're going mini to the stairs and going downstairs, so he starts to rotate to get into a good position. Then all of a sudden, all of his teammates die, and he's so far away from both of the bomb sites and also has no idea if they're going upper or lower. Now he has that idea, but what can you do? He won a 1 versus 4 in the first half. Can he do this? And I think that footstep was heard.
Yeah, almost certainly was. 3 people left. He does have a kit picked up. He's going to go for the fight, but lose it to Azarin. That is Renegades winning the pistol round on the T side here. Things not looking too hot. It's Inferno was the deciding map, so you kind of wish you could get there, right?
Yeah, well, there's this P250 coming to fruition. That's a nice buy, and you can see they just wanted to smoke off mini so they could avoid the close and medium range fights and just let JKS challenge long range, and it works magnificently. Now they've got the Krieg, 2 at Mac 10s. They've got long range weaponry. They've got close range weaponry. Prepared for everything. Door being blown open. Molotov in towards mini. And Owen was spotted. Jacob's going very fast. I don't think they saw that player outside. Good kill for Apex. 1 coming from behind. Alex is going to pick it up. But now the inside hit is on, and Alex has an AK-47. Oh, they're getting ripped apart. They're getting torn apart by everyone everywhere in the upper bomb site. It's just down to JKS. Flashbang forces him to give up the fight for the moment. He can't win anything. Good response from Vitality, and now we've got a half on our hands.
That was the attempt to, you know, just flex there from Renegades, just saying you must be morally so low that we play this round, we just run you down, you're not going to get any chance. And there were 2 people on. One was obviously mini, but there was a guy hiding in the smoke outside, and I just, you know, the turnaround meant half the crunch into the A bomb site was gone.
Yeah.
And they got really slowed down.
I mean, as well, we saw that kill from RPK in the replay. Someone just turning the corner with a P2, in RPK's P250, immediate dink and cleanup. Alex is still going to be out here playing around the edge of the smoke. Taking a lot of damage, though, and ooh, good trade. Saiwu up top. Jacob had to swing a little wide to find that kill. You want to pass that Krieg on to someone like Liaz, you would imagine, because of the armor, but we'll see what Renegades can do here in a 4-on-4.
Yeah, maybe a chance. I mean, you'd want to spend some time sniping away, and if you're Vitality, you just probably don't give him any fights out in the yard here. I mean, just let them find a way to get onto a bomb site. 3 out of 4 don't even have any armor on Renegades, so it's much better if you could avoid, you know, giving them some sort of an edge. Maybe that's a flashbang in, but they walk right into that deagle shot.
Yeah, but they're setting up outside with so many people, and I don't know if Renegades is going to expect that. Oh, Gratisfaction not dead. Saiwu's out here behind blue box, and now Gratisfaction feels very stuck. He knows there's one in mini. And ZywOo just looking for him, hunting for him, and even with the gun, he can't do anything. That Krieg on Azasu hasn't been involved just yet. And they've just run out of players. Vitality is going to secure this one.
Yeah, Aza even being red, coming out on that side of the garage, and should be nothing left here. ZywOo will take him down, a quad kill in that round, which is, again, mostly against unarmored targets, but it's good. Every round that they can win right now is going to add to this over time, and now getting a step closer. Just the 11-7 scoreline now. Yeah. Some good shots coming out from ZywOo. I was getting a bit worried about them fighting that much in yard. I just felt like that was a risk.
The flash to the smoke for Shocks to peek was a bit interesting, but at least it let them know how many bodies there were, and they could put a lot of focus there after that. And again, it's against unarmored opponents, so there wasn't a whole lot of power for Renegades to be able to take advantage of anything really. ZywOo with the op now, one missed shot, going to back away cautiously. And Alex is there to hold the cross, and he's going to get a triple kill. He's going to get a quad kill. Apex is going to steal the ace, and Vitality within 3. This is much more like it, and even Apex trying to let his teammates know they need to get hyped up. They should be getting energetic and ready to get back into this map, and back into this series.
I think they wanted to run the bomb down the vent. Yeah, so there was the attempt. Caught right on the edge. 11-8, you're right, within 3 rounds. And that is scary. Apex leading the board for Vitality, but ZywOo right behind him. And obviously Gratisfaction out fragging everybody in the game right now. It's JK has to go for the vent dive, but he's down to 30 health, or 20 health even. Bit of an aggressive push and a quick trade. I don't know how Jacob got behind Shocks, but he did. JK has found the lower part of the map, and that's a problem. Alex off angle there that Aza wasn't expecting.
It's also very different speeds of heading down ramp room. You know, I think Jacob stopped to throw that Molotov, and Aza went down, and so there's no chance of a trade on that position. And now Apex coming right from behind. Renegades trying to go full throttle, and Vitality just comes at him from every different angle. Well, this is the first obstacle, first resistance that Renegades has met in this series is right now. First map they had no problems. First half they really didn't have a whole lot of problems either. Now they're starting to feel it, so we'll see if they can recover. Now Kasada kind of looks stressed and confused and questioning, which is fun.
Yeah, a little bit, you know, just walking around, hands out. If you're on the Vitality side, I mean, the patience you had to have to not sort of abandon all hope and just trust that at some point up the road there was going to be something to cheer for and some way to get back in the game. That's a long time to just have your head under the water, right? But here we are.
Round 21.
And every other round now for Renegades is pistols, half by here, but still.
They haven't been getting I don't think they've gotten a plant yet in this second half, even with some of these losses. So yeah, you have the losing bonus building in your favor, but that extra $800 is super valuable. And speaking of money, Vitality, their bank is starting to grow. Ooh, towards the upper bomb site we are. RPK at that Raptors off angle, and the other two players were just kind of chilling in lobby for an extra few seconds, and that makes things easy. No one able to wrap around the bomb site. Vitality just one away from evening things up. It's Apex to lead the way for Vitality, getting them back into this map. 18 and 16 for him.
Yeah, he's doing a great job at the moment. Just need some of those, you know, Apex yells coming out. You know, maybe some good gifts. Get all those things. Get the camera over on Apex. 10-11. And some rifles back here for Renegades. Some of the rounds they've been running on the T side. They've been very, very quick, just sort of like exploding, but now they're slowing it down a bit, and I think that makes sense. Try and see if maybe you can sneak your way in, win a fight outside maybe. You are up against that AWP of ZywOo, and that's going to make you feel nervous, surely.
Well, 4 players going to string their way. Alex is held back for the moment, but over the flames, he saw an opportunity. Connects a little bit. Not as much damage as he would have liked. ZywOo wants the aggression. He's kind of trapped, so he's gonna have to fight his way out, and that's not the unlikeliest of outcomes. There's the first. That's the bomb as well. Turn to the corner. Azza takes him out. Shocks from above. Couldn't protect him. As Jacob was watching that, covering his teammate, and now Azza's close up. Should be able to find another kill. He spots the gun barrel. Shocks is... He didn't have to kill him. If he goes just up the ladder and forgets about Shocks, the round could just be over. This is a god-tier play from Azza. He's going to clear out the upper bomb site, probably realize the only place anyone can be is inside of the hut. Got there a little bit late, but still, he knows where Shocks is. Remember, he knows the only place Shocks can go is up the ladder, so where's the bomb and where's his teammate?
Sure. Oh, the timing. Shocks might be thinking that Azza just doesn't even know, so he might even be thinking, oh, maybe I can catch the timing there.
He's waiting for his teammate in lobby to come help pinch. At least the flashbang was thrown out there from Alex, who can stop the bomb from getting into the site. This is still on a knife's edge. Alex going to win that fight, 100 HP, and Liaz has him boxed in. There's the headshot. But that was so close the whole way through.
Wow, what a round. For you to not take that shot, right, when you see Shocks there, because you heard him jump off the ladder, right? Shocks tried to get down quick. He heard the fall down. I'm sure Azza knew the whole way, even before he saw the gun barrel. But that is right on the edge. Imagine if... I mean, they even lost a player to that lobby position.
Yeah.
And obviously if...
He got up there just a little late. He couldn't even call out that he was in the HUD. The only reason he kind of found out is because Alex, or whoever that was, got the kill in lobby, which is really unfortunate. If he doesn't get that kill, like, the round is just over. If he's still in HUD and he's spotted by Azza, or if he's still in the upper bomb site and he's dead, then all of a sudden you have the lobby player inside the bomb site to help get the bomb, and all that Azza has to do is worry about heaven.
Wow. That... If you're Renegades, though, that's not a round where you say, yeah, you know, we can recreate that, and, you know, if we do that 3 more times, it's going to be fine. We'll win all of those rounds. There's a lot of ways in which that could have been completely messed up.
Flashbang outside. Apex sees the shadow, can't double up. Oh, but Alex can. He's got an awkward crossfire from the other angle. Nade in his hand. Gratisfaction punishes that. RPK, the tank, still alive in the bomb site, doing everything he can, wheeling around, but 2 more kills, and Shocks quickly left in a 1 versus 2. But this is what he was brought in for. He was brought in for the clutches, and he's been spotted early. Smoke in his face, and that makes things exponentially more difficult.
He's got to flash his way through right away. Doesn't even want to wait for it or anything else. I think because they know where Shocks is playing now, it's easy for them to predict that he's going to either be coming main or sort of mini up or up at the heaven, and they're quick to find out. And now he's walking with the AUG. He's got a bit of a chance here, at least against Gratisfaction. Maybe you could find him. That would be a big beginning. Flashing his way through, but now he's way out in the open, and Gratisfaction will take him down. A triple kill, and this is now getting scary once again. There was a moment there where it's looking like Vitality were about to come alive, but losing these rounds is not good news, and the money it's really going to start to be low in this upcoming round after they buy.
Yeah, it might be, it's going to start getting sketchy. We saw Kasad there motioning for a timeout as soon as they won that round, and he's got to start knowing that they can start applying that economic pressure. He knows how important this round is down the stretch. If they can break the money of the defense this late in, they have such a massive advantage moving forward.
How many kills is Gratisfaction up to now? He must be getting way up there at the moment.
He's in a really good series.
26.
Holy hell, when did that happen?
He's just doing it.
Yeah, I mean, on Mirage, he had the impact, if not the volume, but here, right now, he's a stud.
24th round. He's got a little Mac 10 there in the hands of Azza. And a lot of damage early on, and even a kill there. JKS going down to Apex. Alex listening for the footsteps as they walk their way past and trying to see if he can catch anyone else out by the red container, but they've already made their way down. Going to be running into Shocks. It is a trade, but Apex will let most of them go by before he just peeks up for the last kill there on Lias. And yeah, they're on the bomb site, but they've lost someone every step of the way. Good fight for Azza. Minimal chance here for them to win it. Did he find the gun, Azza?
Yes.
He's back on the Mac 10. I feel like he could have found the M4 over there.
I think he saw it drop. It's in the smoke somewhere. Gratisfaction has such a big job to do. But he's, as we said, the leading fragger. If he can find this timing, good headshot, wheeling around. Zaiwu and him are playing Ring Around the Rosie, and he's got no idea. Unfortunately, that's all Zaiwu, and Azza still not able to upgrade.
Oh, the timing is so good. Now, here's the thing. Saibu does have a Molotov, so he can Molotov out the door. He's going to go for it. Asa, he wins the fight in the last possible second. What a heroic play. And that is the money now in deep trouble here for Vitality. I cannot believe the MAC-10 has done it again.
What a way to win a round for Azza. That was the last possible bullet he could have fired off. Heartbreaking if you're Zaiwu. And that is a 2-on, what, a 2-on-4 one, I believe, by those two Renegades players. One inside the site, the MAC-10 as well.
Yeah,
I wonder if he would have been able to win that with an M4.
Probably not, right? You just need the craziness of it.
Well, yeah, because you got to keep running through the flames a little bit wider, a little bit quicker. This is going to be tough. Apex with an M4, everyone else on pistols for Vitality, but it is one of their last-ditch efforts. They have enough money in the next round to force up a bye to go for overtime. They'd have to win 5 in a row, but still some elements to bring this round as a victory, especially if they start out like that. Good shot from Shox, but unfortunately cannot double up.
Yeah, that was a nice opening, and you know, one more kill there would have made a big difference. Alex now trying for something similar. A lot of targets in front of him. It looked like maybe he could have had a pretty good shootout himself, but didn't really work out. Saiwu goes down, and that leaves RPK with that early M4 that they'd invested into.
Save it.
Yeah,
Does
might as well. Just not looking likely at the moment. Can't get the kill, and I don't think he's going to be able to save it now. Yeah, they'll find him at the end. Double kill for Gratisfaction, putting him even higher on the scoreboard if that was needed. And now it's 15 rounds for Renegades.
They've been able to make this happen at the lower bomb site, Renegades. That's been their primary goal. I wouldn't be surprised if one of these last 5 rounds that they have to try and win this game is another, again, one of those flexes towards the upper bomb site that they tried earlier that got stopped. But that might be a pretty cool option considering they've won a few rounds down there. No AWP anymore on Zaiwu as well. No kits anywhere.
I mean, if you're going to do that round, I'd rather they do it now, where you almost know they're not going to have all the Molotovs. If you lose this round, let's say, and Vitality start to have more grenades, then it's going to be harder to do that, if not almost impossible. So.
Well, wall of smoke's going to be set up outside. At least it looks like it for the moment. Jacob just hoping somebody lackadaisically wanders into his vision at Squeak Door. Quiet on the map. Very passive from both teams. No one wants to be the first one to make some kind of an aggressive mistake. There's the smoke for Azza to start clearing out close, providing him cover from any AWP or any position that might be outside. They're going to use 2 smokes. They're only going to have 1 left after this wall, and it looks like this is going to be a fake. This looks like they want to force some kind of a reaction.
That's very interesting. Azza, he's going to be smoking Heaven from up there? No, I guess he's not, because he's only got a Molotov, so
it's gonna be
probably not going to be possible. Yeah. See how this goes. They're setting up for it right now. Very late, but Apex falls off the hut, and now the Molotovs are in. Jacob goes down to Saiwu. RPK at the back of the bomb site. The hold is looking good right now. And RPK, he may have just done it for his team. Asa will take down that headshot afterwards, and at least there's that. But a 2-on-3, and they should have a chance to win this one. Pushing, actually going to be jumping down the vent, and losing Azza in the middle of it. A 1 versus 3 now with 5 seconds left. JKS, oh, he's going to go straight for the bomb plant. He knew they were going to hunt him, so he had to go right for it, dancing around the pillar. And it's even heads-up play that he wasn't planning on that side. Yeah. Like, he could have just gone for the default plant, and he would have been shut down. They get the bomb plant and some money, but they'll lose the round.
It's a great hold at the upper bomb site. RPK did such a phenomenal job. The off angles, and there were still 2 defenders inside. That was the tough part. Look at that mustache.
It's taken on a life of its own, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's spectacular. 31 kills on the man with the mustache.
By the time it's Christmas, I bet he could hang like little Christmas decorations in like the edge of it.
Oh, like ornaments?
Yeah, like little ornaments.
That's great. That's a great idea. Ooh, Scout. That would have been a good kill. The Funny even had a second chance at it. He could have tagged him in the body twice, but unfortunately doesn't hit him once. Looked like those very easily could have connected. And Zaiwu's going to hold on to outside. Renegades With these pistols, with this scout, trying to come up with a winning game plan. They just need the one more round. Vitality, four rounds that they have to win in a row.
Flash in there for a peek, but not sticking them around for the fight. No reason to. Again, you kind of you have a pretty good sense, I think, of what they have here on the T side. So just leave them alone and you know, let them walk into a bomb site, or at least try and take like ramp or hell or something. There's no point in going hard for the fights out here.
Yeah, I mean, they're in great positions because what it allows them to do is still have presence and still mount resistance without giving up too much of the map, but it's also really low risk positions, right?
Yeah.
Like it's you know, it'd have to be like a super nice shot or a lucky shot to be able to pick one of them off in that fashion. So Vitality played that pretty well. Ooh, look at this. Kassad going down the line. This is what I want you to do. This is what I want you to do. This is what I want you to do.
Microing the whole team. Just filling everyone up with a little bit of information.
Yeah,
I like
it.
Everyone else is playing the FPS game, but he's
an RTS player?
He's an RTS player, yeah. Sending his troops out.
Which hotkey is JKS?
He'd be the Void Ray, wouldn't he? Just coming there.
Void Ray.
StarCraft. Late.
Yeah, I know what that is, but that...
Powerful tech, you know.
Yeah, but it takes a long time. Minimal
games.
damage early, and then it takes a long time to build up. I don't know if that quite describes JKS for me.
I won half my games playing Protoss with Void Rays. The other one with Cannon Rushes.
Yep, you do sound like the kind of player who would cannon rush. An absolute rat.
All the time.
Rat of a human being. Here comes
human rat hybrid.
Jacob gonna cross out towards long. And so is Gratisfaction. They get across quickly. They've picked up the pace. And Jacob is going to be stopped by a smoke.
Yeah, timely one. Want to slow them down in that corner, and they've committed a lot to it. They have JKS over on the other side, so these four people, the fact that they're stopped by that smoke is really annoying, because they obviously they want to sort of have the teamwork and the communication with JKS to say, okay, well, we've cleared this corner now, you can move up a little bit, we've taken some attention away. But as long as they're not doing that, JKS is actually kind of alone and just sort of hovering around over there, making sure he doesn't get flanked and all the rest of it. They made their way past the corner at about a minute, and now, well, they're checking out everything and not finding any Vitality players, which they would love to do. Just, again, the distraction is what they need for JKS to have an effect. See him over here waiting.
I don't know what kind of distraction they can cause. They've used so much utility to get down here. They've got one smoke and two flashes. They cannot block off both of the choke points towards ramp room, so there's going to be a crossfire set up no matter which way you look at it. One player directly above Gratisfaction, one player on the other side of window room. Oh, there goes Shocks. They're going to do it. They're going to eliminate this stack. They've somehow made that work so easily. I am very impressed that Renegades is into the bomb site this clean, and Ozza's going to finish it off. One kill onto Apex. It's just RPK, and he's got fire in front of him. And now smoke.
That has nothing to do at this point if you're RPK. It's a beautiful headshot, but it's not enough. 16 to 12 as Renegade takes down Vitality with just, I mean, I was going to say with ease, but they did do a lot, Vitality, to try and fight their way back. The first map, we didn't even talk about that anymore. The second map, they were still looking very powerful. What a joy it is to watch Renegade play at the Renegades play this level.
I just cannot believe they cleared everything out that easily in that lower bomb site. Two flashes and a smoke, and they still managed to just come out and get all the kills.
Yeah, that was. I was even worried because I thought, well, if you're this late in it, maybe what you actually want to do is smoke the bomb site and plant inside the smoke. Yeah. You only have one smoke, right? So you're not going to cover everything, but...
There were three defenders there. There was one at the ramp halls. There was one on Shocks, or to the direct right of those windows, and there was one all the way above the squeaky door. Yeah. So, like, what a wild crossfire and stack to bust up if you're Renegades. Either way, super impressive. They obviously 16-2 on Mirage was it disgusting? That was a bit of a freak show.
Yeah.
This is a little bit more of a grinding victory, but I mean, I'm glad that we got to see them get some kind of resistance and then overcome it, because it shows some of the strengths of this team. I don't think there's much longer that we can hold Renegades out of being like a, you know, obviously we need to see the results against guys like Astralis, guys like Liquid and EG and everything, but
sure,
this is one of the best teams in the world, and they're starting to consistently show it.
Yeah, it's really, really impressive. Just the overall confidence and just, I think, the depth in it, it's really fun to see. I think we've got an interview ready, so take it away, Paula.
Thank you, Anders, for that. I'm here with Kassar, the coach of Renegades. First question, in the tactical pause at the end, you took some time to speak to pretty much each of your players. What were you saying to them?
Basically, it was a call for the next 2 gun rounds, and I had to explain just a few adjustments to Justin, JKS, and some things to Aaron, Ezer. So we just adjusted a few things in that 15-12 round, and I called the 15-14 one in case we lose that one, so we could go eco, and the 15-14 was ready as well. But luckily, we won the first one.
It was very nice to see the reaction of the players after you gave your input. How often are you micromanaging them like that compared to giving more general coaching?
Usually we are preparing really well before the game, so I had to micromanage only in situations where we are not following the game plan and where we need to adjust in some rounds, like this one on 15-12. So it's pretty much it. Usually we just stick to the game plan and just execute what we plan to do.
So Vitality worked themselves back into Nuke reasonably well, but overall you guys had a good stronghold on that map and also on the first map. Why were the guys so on fire today?
I feel like everybody woke up pretty rested after these 2 days because we were super jet lagged from LA after Pro League, and then we had a really good 2 hours, I think, preparation for the game. Just before the game we discussed everything, every possibility that we can face, every map pick they can do, and everybody was ready and sharp, and I guess that's the result.
Final question, Kassar, after that win you have secured yourselves a spot in the playoffs in the upper bracket semi-final. How does that feel?
Pretty damn good to be back, yeah.
Well, it seems as though your team are on a good run, and I'm happy to, well, I'm looking forward to seeing what more you guys can do over the rest of the tournament. Renegades there taking the win over Vitality. Let's head back to the casters or the desk whilst I go and get a hairband.
Don't get a hairband, Paula. Let it down, baby. I love that.
Yeah, put him out in the window. Get a fan to blow continuously at him.
That'd be so cool. Every interview he does, there's just a fan just blowing his hair back.
You don't know where the wind is
might
coming
interfere
from.
with the mic.
We'll have to accept that. It's fine. Gratisfaction, what a game. 31 kills. That is wild, isn't it? Oh, entry kills, 4 of them. But yeah, still, that is...
No, the total kills on this map was unbelievable out of him. And even if you go back to the impact that he had with the AWP on Mirage, he had some very nice shots towards mid. He had some very nice shots at the A bomb site. But I mean, between him and then just the supporting cast around it. Not that they're always supporting cast, but just everyone playing around Gratisfaction and Nuke, just solid play from everyone.
Yeah, that ADR is out of control. And I don't know, I've got to say,
That's
at least
better than Art yesterday.
It's better than Art yesterday. Yeah, that was a high level being reached there already. Some of the upcoming games are going to be tons of fun as well. Fury and EG. I imagine there's going to be some shouting in that game too. That's going to be a high-powered game.
TBD versus TBD is going to be sick.
That's all. I look forward to that.
I'm interested. The shouting got a little bit out of control in a way from EG yesterday in that matchup against Heroic.
No, it didn't.
I mean, not out of control as in too much. Just it was okay, yeah, I'll give up. I'm wrong. We're gonna go to a break. When we come back, we're gonna bring you that EG versus Furia. Stay tuned.